Okay, good morning. So the purpose of this video, I'm gonna try to make it real quick. I just figured something out. I never knew this beforehand. Let me go ahead and show you real quick. So this right here is what I was working on. This is a number of workers per zip code, but this is only of the workers per zip code that do not have a social security number for the social security numbers map. So we're going to put both those with social security numbers and those without on there. And how we do this is you first have to have your data edited correctly. So I went ahead and left a few things on here I don't really need. This is my table. Looks like all I really need is the zip code and the number of workers per zip code. Now what you got to do is you got to add this column here, which is workers per zip code. All you do is put that title in there. Everything is going to be a 1. Each one of these represents one value, of course. And we're going to select only what has data in it in these two columns. So it's going to be these two. We'll go all the way down till we have no more data to here. And the reason we don't do this one is because there's no zip code. If there's no zip code, we can't tie it to the map. So we're just going to copy this. Okay, we're going to put it, and I've already done that. I put it here. I copied and pasted, excuse me. I copied and pasted it. I'll just go ahead and do it. Copy and paste it here. We're going to leave it selected. We're going to create a pivot table. Go to your pivot chart, select pivot table. Okay, this is okay. You click OK. Alright, what's going to happen is you're going to get pivot charts set up here. We want the number of workers per zip code to be a value. We want the zip codes to be on the axis, and then you have this beautiful table here. You know exactly how many workers per zip code. Fantastic. Alright, and what do you do with that? Now I'm going to go ahead and delete this because I've already created it. We'll show you here. We're going to take this, we're going to copy it, we're going to create a new sheet, and we're just going to rename these values. Whoops. Alright, let's try it again. Now it's copied. Alright. Copy it here, and we're going to rename this. Okay. Zip codes. Okay, we can fix the titles later. And we're going to name this, just take off some of, we don't need that. Alright, now once you created this, we're going to save it as a sheet. So you're going to copy this to a new sheet because we don't need everything else. That'll throw the GIS off. So we're going to create a new sheet. Make sure you put it in there. Okay, so this is good now. You have each number per zip code in there. Make sure to save it as a name, new name. I would say call it number of workers per zip code without social security numbers or something like that. Okay, so I'm not going to save this. I'm not worried about this right now. We'll go in here. We're going to add the data now. Make sure you find the right one. I've already done it. So it is called number of workers per zip code without social security number. It's this one. Alright, go ahead and import that data. Now we're going to make sure that it has a zip code highlighted here. This is what ties it to the GIS. Alright, go to next. Now we're going to do, there's a little arrow here. This will let us select which way we want to display the data. Now we want to do counts and amounts. This is something I did trial and error, just trust me. That works. What label do you want to use? We want to use this one. Out of all these I left in there, we want to use this one. There's only 2 you can use. We want to use that one because that's what we want to be shown on the legend. So go ahead, we'll keep going in here. Excuse me, let's go to options and figure this out. Now what you want to do is make sure that it is divided up correctly. Now what you got to do is, normally this will be on a 8 and a 50, and the way that you get it to remember the sizes is you have to click enter, hit enter every time you do this. Okay, so this is normally what you'll get. This is a standard. If we don't want that, what I use is minimum size 5, hit enter, otherwise it won't change it, and 25. I did not know beforehand that you had to hit enter for it to remember this. This is something I just figured out. Okay, so everything is divided up correctly. Here, let's double check. There we go.